Vande Mataram, welcome to Sanatana Vajra. We have seen the cultural and historical importance of Kumbh Mela, and we have also seen how Mughals and Britishers have tried to prevent this Hindu unity through Kumbh Mela. Both the videos are available at the end of this video and also in the description. Like and share the videos to help us reach more and more Hindus. In this episode, we will see how political parties that cry when a temple is built and say schools should have been built in its place and immediately feel constipated and acidic when a school with a Hindu principles is established. And yes, the same British and Mughal slaves don't mind taking money from these temples and serve their political vote banks. Let us see what happened in 1954. We all know which was the party and who was the Prime Minister at that time. Nehru and Rajendra Prasad were visiting Kumbh on February 3rd, 1954. However, inadequate arrangements were made. On their way, the convoy entered towards Kali Ghat. Stampede erupted and many people were crushed. A photographer, N.N. Mukherjee, was a witness to this thing and he has shared this incident in his memoir. It was an unfortunate event indeed, but the administration and government was responsible. The point of grave concern was, this eyewitness talks about nearly 2,000 people being injured and 500 passing away. But the then government officially said that only a few beggars passed away that day. BBC reported that Nehru visited a day before and not on that particular day of stampede and this tragedy. A photojournalist identified as N.N. Mukherjee, who worked for Anand Bazar Patrika, published a few pictures of this event showcasing women wearing jewellery lying dead. The ornaments seen in the pictures portrayed that the woman belonged to a well-off families. Then how did few beggars wear jewellery? This lone photographer who survived the stampede published his eyewitness account in his memoir published by Chayakriti in 1989. N.N. Mukherjee described the stampede, the horrors he witnessed, and Nehru's presence at the Kumbh on that day. He said that while the stampede was happening, the government officials were enjoying tea and snacks in the government guest house. He also shared more horrific information. The photographer dressed as a villager and managed to sneak in a small camera the next day. On the next day of stampede, the government led by Chief Minister Govind Ballabh Pant made heaps of these bodies and set them on fire to suppress the evidence, according to Mukherjee. Mukherjee somehow also managed to take pictures of these heaps of burning body. When the picture was published the next day, the Chief Minister Govind Ballabh Pant let out a curse. Where is that beep photographer? Some curse, some gali. It was a big compliment for me, Mukherjee added. This was a tragic incident with a clear negligence from the then government and also their dirty politics. Such negligence, misuse of funds and zero respect to Hindus was shown in 2013 also. You know which party was in power in Uttar Pradesh in 2013. This is the same party that commented on arrangements being incomplete in today's Mahakumbh and also the same party that ordered open fire on Ayodhya car sevaks. This is the same party that gave slogans like Mile Mulayam Kanchi Ram Hawa Mein Ud Gaya Jai Shri Ram, a direct insult and taunting of Hindus. This is the same party that insulted Ramcharitmanas, and this is the same party that said Hindu saints are Atankis and Jalads. This is the same party that insulted Ram Mandir and Pran Pratishtha, and this is the same party that sides with people who led the recent violence in Sambhal and spread fake news about it. This is the same party that says gold from Hindu temples should be sold to solve India's debts. There are countless and anti-Hindu actions, Hindu hatred statements and vote bank appeasement cheap politics from this party. So let us see what happened in 2013 when this party was in power in Uttar Pradesh. The party made Azam Khan the chairman of committee for Kumbh Mela. Many secular people must be jumping with joy, while people like me who understand this cheap and anti-Hindu behavior try to make people understand. During this Kumbh in 2013, when Azam Khan was the minister, 36 people passed away and 37 were injured in the stampede at the Prayagraj railway station on Sunday night. At the time of this incident, while the CM was busy in a family function in his native village, the fair in charge Azam Khan was also in his home district Rampur. The report about this incident also came out later. One of the primary reasons for this accident was that the government had not arranged for enough buses. After this incident, Azam Khan offered his resignation just as a show, but Akhilesh Yadav refused to accept it. When CAG audited this Kumbh, the real and shocking truth was revealed. The date for completion of all the works for 2013 Kumbh was initially 30th November 2012. But many of these works were not completed even before the fair, the Kumbh Mela, has begun. Their dates were extended 3 times in the meantime. According to the CAG report, SP government could not complete 59% of the infrastructure work till the start of Mela, that is 14 January 2013. In the same report it says, even out of 111 roads construction works, 65 were not completed even after the Mela has begun. Moreover, 4 projects worth 26 crore rupees could not even be started. Despite all this, the SP government informed CAG in January 2013 that all works were completed. The CAG also found in its investigation that out of the medicines, vehicles and other things that were to be supplied to the Mela, goods worth more than 2 crore had not even reached the Mela before it has begun. Many such works were done using Kumbh Mela's money, which were not even related to the Kumbh Mela. Only 10 crore or 1% of the budget was from SP's own pocket because 1141 crore had already been given by the central government. Even after all this, there was a lot of misappropriation of the money that was spent. The level of misappropriation was such that bus and motorcycle numbers were given for the tractors working in the fair. The CAG report shows that 30 workers were shown working at 2 places at the same time. They were also paid. In some places, crores of rupees were spent in the name of bridge repairs, and at other places, money was wasted on barricading. The CAG report itself shows that only 5 divers were appointed to handle 12 crore devotees. There was a clear disregard, disrespect and negligence about Hindus and their beliefs and the traditions. Now compare this with the amount of preparations and arrangements made by the current government. You will understand the need and the significance given to Hindu beliefs. Let me clarify one thing. When I say look at the great preparations being done now, I am not supporting one single party. I do have my criticism for the government, as I believe a lot more and very important things can be done for Hindus which are not yet done. Anyways, what is done should be appreciated. Clear example of leadership and preparation was seen yesterday itself, where on 19 Jan 4 pm large fire erupted at sector 19 in Maha Kumbh Mela. It was not a small fire, but it was completely taken under control within 1 hour and the whole fire was doused off by 7 pm. The chief minister, who was already overseeing the preparations, immediately rushed to the fire scene and no human casualty was reported. Now compare this with the CM being somewhere in a family function, the Kumbh Mela in charge being somewhere in his hometown, or government officials enjoying tea and snacks in their guest houses. There is always a risk of such incidents in such large gatherings and celebrations. But how much you value these gatherings, how much you value these traditions and beliefs, and how much you value your people shows the results. Coming back to the topic, I will just read a list of arrangements made in 2025 by the Yogi government. From AI-powered cameras to the underwater drones being used to manage expected 40 crore pilgrims over the 45 days glorious Hindu celebrations, that is the Mahakumbh. IRCTC's Mahakumbh luxury tent city offers deluxe tents and villas with modern amenities. The Mahakumbh Mela area has been divided into 25 command centers, renovation of 92 roads and beautification of 17 major roads, construction of 30 pontoon bridges, 800 multi-language signboards, 4,000 hectares of Mela area, 15,000 sanitation workers, 27,000 AI-powered cameras with facial recognition, 56 cyber security professionals, 45,000 security force, 67,000 street lights and solar power lights, 1,60,000 tents, 1,50,000 toilets were constructed, 1,200 kilometers of water pipeline for continuous supply. For fire safety, 4 AWT towers capable of tackling fires up to 35 meters high and 30 meters wide are deployed. Over 131 crores have been allocated for fire safety alone. Flying drones and also underwater drones capable of diving up to 100 meters to provide round-the-clock surveillance of the Sangam area. They have also created mobile police stations on boats. Bhishma Cube facilities were created capable of treating up to 200 people simultaneously. There is also Netra Kumbh camp to conduct eye tests for over 5 lakh pilgrims and distribute more than 3 lakh eyeglasses. 3 temporary sewage treatment plants installed to ensure clear water in Ganga and Yamuna rivers. A dedicated app to provide real-time updates on crowd density, emergency alerts, directions and accommodation details. Online registration and ticketing streamlined through this visitor management. This app will run in 11 languages. QR codes have been installed for every service in Mahakumbh. 700 electric shuttle buses and buses from all the districts of Uttar Pradesh. There are also e-autos and e-rickshaws across the area. A dome city with 44 bulletproof and fireproof polycarbonate domes, 176 modern cottages with AC and water heaters, and also a tent city. These are the gist of the arrangements. Let us see the benefit for Bharat, especially for Uttar Pradesh, which stands as a tight slap for anti-Hindus who say what good happens from temples? They should build schools instead of Mela arrangements, etc. On the occasion of Mahakumbh, the Yogi Adityanath administration has set up 5 Vidya Kumbhs at the Mahakumbh to provide thousands of children of the sanitation workers with primary education with world-class facilities. Government's goal is to expand schools across 25 sectors to ensure children of the sanitation workers get education for free. Thousands of children from nursery to grade 5 already benefit from free education through this interactive learning, which uses digital tools, audiovisual content and games. Moving to the economic impact. The Mahakumbh is expected to boost local trade with a surge in demand for Mahakumbh themed products like dairies, calendars, jute bags and stationery.
News reports talk of around 5,000 to 7,500 crores of investments done in Mahakumbh Mela and a revenue of 2 lakh crore rupees being estimated.
Calculate the investment and the revenue coming out of it. There is already a 25% increase in sales for these Mahakumbh themed items that we spoke of. It is expected to create employment to more than 45,000 families. According to the Confederation of All India Traders, the event is expected to generate a turnover of 25,000 crores from the Mela area itself. Key contributors include puja items worth 5,000 crores, dairy products valued at 4,000 crores, flowers accounting for 800 crores, and the hospitality sector producing around 6,000 crores. The local hotels, guest houses, and lodges are expected to take in approximately 40,000 crores. According to some figures provided by Avinash Avasthi, the current advisor of Chief Minister of UP and a former IAS officer, each devotee on an average may spend approximately 8,000. By applying that average to 40 crore, the total stands at 3.2 lakh crore. If the footfall reaches the higher estimate, the total trade turnover for the 45 days of Maha Kumbh Mela could rise to 3.6 lakh crore. Helicopter services are also there. These helicopter services have been introduced for pilgrims seeking an aerial view of this grand event. At a price of 5,000 per trip, these services are expected to earn 3.5 crores daily. With an approximate 7,000 pilgrims opting for this experience every day, this will contribute significantly to the economic impact. The food and beverages industry is another major contributor, estimated to generate 20,000 crore. Temporary food stalls and eateries offering regional delicacies are expected to cater to the spiritual crowd, while religious offerings like incense sticks, lamps, idols and prayer materials could contribute to 20,000 crores. And so many brands provide revenue from advertising also. Let me end this with an even simpler example. We all see a tea seller in front of our offices and think, oh, I think we should also set up a tea stall. That guy is earning more. With this example, you will definitely do that. An average tea seller is expected to get a revenue of 8,000 per day in the Mahakumbh and can get a revenue of minimum 3 lakhs in 45 days. And there are an estimated 10,000 tea sellers at this Mahakumbh, generating 300 crore revenue from only tea sales itself. This is on an average, an estimation only, but however, we can understand how tea is generating this much revenue. So send this video to your friends and family to let them know the glory of this largest gathering, a Hindu gathering, which is both significant in terms of culture, history and economy. And also share this video with people who you know are sadly suffering with fake secularism. Like and share this video to help us reach more and more Hindus, and subscribe to Sanatana Vajra and help us in creating, awakening and strengthening the unity of Hindus. We'll meet in the next video. Until then and forever, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Bharat.